Welcome to the heart of the Mississippi Delta. We're set up in Lambert, Mississippi for a southbound Canadian National freight train. This is southbound train Canadian National M302. M302 is a southbound manifest train that runs as needed between Memphis, Tennessee and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This train in particular carries mostly raw materials such as grain and lumber. Later that same evening, we're set up just 10 miles south of Memphis in Lake Cormorant, Mississippi. We're gathered here along with many other rail fans for southbound train A488. Today's train would be sporting Canadian National's Illinois Central Heritage Unit. In 2020, Canadian National released 5 heritage locomotives. These 5 locomotives are painted to honor predecessor railroads. With having to hurry ahead of the train, we decided not to film the entire train and cut the video here. Darkness would fall and we would head to the hotel. After a failed attempt at shooting the Rock Island in operation, we would head back out to Canadian National's Yazoo Subdivision. After making the quick decision to continue north into Memphis, we would decide to cross the bridge over the Mississippi River. This would get us and the van into Arkansas. While crossing over the bridge, we would perfectly meet up with the BNSF manifest heading into the yard in Memphis. Before getting back to the trains, we made a stop at Bass Pro Shop's massive pyramid. The Memphis Pyramid was originally built in 1991 as a venue for sporting and entertainment events, including many basketball tournaments. But in 2005, Johnny Morris, the founder of Bass Pro Shops, went fishing on the Mississippi River. When they got near the Memphis Pyramid, Johnny looked up and told his buddies that he would build a store inside if they caught a 30-pound catfish.
Don't miss some of the other great adventures here, like the underwater themed dinner and around the bowling at Uncle Buck's Fish Bowl and Grill.
If you're ever in the Memphis area, I highly recommend visiting the Memphis Pyramid. But now I think it's time we get back to some trains. It's closing in on 2:00 p.m. And here comes Canadian National's yard job, symboled RJY30. This particular job transfers cars between the Canadian National and Norfolk Southern. Heading back south towards the hotel, we're set up in Swan Lake, Mississippi. Swan Lake is where the Rock Island Rail interchanges with Canadian National. After hearing a few EOT chirps, we would set up by the track and wait patiently for northbound train M301. After shooting this train, we would continue south into Yazoo City, Mississippi, where our home was for the night. It's the next morning, and we're set up at Canadian National's Yazoo City terminal. Upon arrival, we'd make note of 2 Canadian National Jeeps with a crew climbing aboard. This amazing crew offered us our own personal show while they waited for the southbound Hotshot to pass. Shortly after breaking away from the local, we would shoot north to Greenwood, Mississippi, where we would find a coal train, C703. This train would have a duo of BNSF pumpkins leading the charge. This train was handed over to the Canadian National at Memphis, then brought south for export on the MSC at Moss Point, and is finally being returned back to Memphis empty via the Canadian National. Now moving southward, we're set up in Jackson, Mississippi. We came to Jackson in hopes of shooting a Canadian National local job, and here we are. This is Canadian National's local train L564, a Sunday through Friday local freight between Jackson and Byram, Mississippi. With this being a local freight, Amtrak obviously had the higher priority, so our train was sighted while they let the 80-mile-an-hour Amtrak pass by. This Amtrak crew is making sure that no somebody or something is in their way as they slice through the Mississippi Delta. This crew is spotting steel coil loads for double G coatings. This company puts coating on steel wire. We then hit the road, bound for West Monroe, Louisiana. The town of West Monroe is most famous for its involvement with the Duck Dynasty reality show. And of course, me and Dad had to make a stop at the Duck Commander warehouse. After finishing our glass of Uncle-sized sweet tea, let's get back to filming some trains. We're set up in Tallulah, Louisiana, along Kansas City Southern's Meridian Speedway. After waiting for what seemed like forever in this hot Louisiana heat, here comes Kansas City Southern, train M266. The CPKC merger is really showing with that CP Gevo in the lead. Unknown to us at the time, this train would have a Kansas City Southern Ghost shoving on the rear. With me being the adventurous and shot-seeking person I am, I decided to walk the 1.5 miles down to the bridge over Lake One. While sitting and waiting on the KCS local to show up, I was tossing rocks into the water, which attracted some unwanted visitors. After another hour of waiting, the main event showed up. This is train LMN 106. A local job based in Monroe, Louisiana. This train was sporting 3 Kansas City Southern Jeeps, with the leader being ex-Conrail. Before writing a comment, yes, I'm fully aware that it's CPKC now, but we'll continue to refer to it as KCS since this was ex-KCS territory. The following day, we would head back over to Jackson in search of Kansas City Southern LL44, and when I say we found it, I mean it. With the Speedway being co-owned by Norfolk Southern, NS Power is commonly seen on intermodal trains, such as this westbound Hotshot meeting the Rankin turn at Rankin Siding. During our trip into Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana, we saw hundreds of trains that cannot all be added into one video. But I tried to keep it interesting with some of the best catches of the trip. For the last train of the video, we would stop off in Albertville, Alabama, in search of the Alabama and Tennessee River Railway. After finding the crew working the Progress Rail scrapyard just north of town, we would set up downtown Albertville to catch the crew coming back down the mountain and back to Gadsden. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog-style rail fanning video. Please leave a comment below and let me know how you liked it, and if you'd like to see more like this one. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.